Thanks for stopping by, Eat Sunday Supper. A very happy new year to everyone. We're going to share one of our favorite dishes, cotechino and lentils. So traditionally, this is a dish that is made on New Year's Day in Italy. It's originally from the Modena region. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Here you see I'm making a sofrito. So we've got carrots. I'm going to dice up finely, along with some onions and some celery. So what we're doing here is we're going to start building flavor for the lentils. And this dish, as I mentioned, originated from Modena, which is a region of Italy famous for a lot of different things, including Parmigiano Reggiano. You can also find Lambrusco, sparkling red wine from there. Also from that region is aged balsamic vinegar, mortadella, tortellini and brodo, a lot of our favorite things. So here you can see I'm just cutting up the sofrito so it's got a fine texture. And in that, I'm going to be adding some Umbrian lentils here. On the far right, you can see I've got a bowl of Umbrian lentils. I do about 1.5 cups. And what I like about these lentils, they're one of our favorites. I don't really think we use many other lentils. They're a nice brown lentil. You don't have to soak them for that long. I think I soaked them for about 3 hours. And they have a really nice flavor, and they don't get really mushy, which I think is what a lot of people don't like about lentils. So highly recommend it. If you want to check out all these ingredients, of course, they're all in our bio or eatsundaysupper.com. All the recipes and everything is linked there too. One important thing I did forget to mention, the first thing you want to do for this dish is to make sure that you have found yourself a cotechino. So you may have heard it pronounced before cotechino. It's actually cotechino, although it is sometimes, even our Italian friends will say cotechino, but probably the American Italian friends, not the real Italian friends. Cotechino is something that you probably are going to have to find online, order in advance if you don't have a really good specialty Italian grocery store. But I think I found this one on Amazon. It's really delicious. This is actually one of our favorite ones that we've had so far. And here you see I'm dicing up a little bit of sliced prosciutto we had left over. I think it was from Christmas Day. So we'd already had it sliced, and we probably weren't going to eat it. It just kind of was like a little bit over, right? So we're just trying to add a lot of extra flavor to this dish, because lentils on their own maybe don't have as much flavor. So you're going to start building it. I had a bouquet of herbs from our garden there. There's rosemary, oregano, thyme, bay leaves. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the piece of prosciutto that we diced up and cooking it in the pan with some extra virgin olive oil. We use Partana, sometimes Corto, depending on what I get from work. But we love olive oil in our house. We're a big olive oil user. And we're also a big garlic family. So sometimes we'll add maybe 4 cloves of garlic here. We do love garlic. Some people do. Some people are heavy garlic users, and we are. But if you want to scale it back and maybe use 3, all good. All right, so a little bit more about cotechino. So it is a traditional New Year's Day dish that is served, symbolizing prosperity, wealth, that it should come in the new year. So TBD if that happens for us this year. We'll keep you guys posted. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, by the way. We've got a lot of great videos that we'll be sharing throughout the year. And we'll probably reshare this one again next year so that you can get ready for this yourself. All right, so we've got some nice color on the prosciutto in the pan. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our sofrito. Cook that down until it's a little bit glistening. And I add a little bit of salt here. So what's important is that you don't add a lot of salt in the beginning with any bean dish, because it doesn't chemically change very well. I also add pepperoncino here. We grow pepperoncino in our garden. Typically you would add it with the extra virgin olive oil, but I must have forgotten. So better late than never. All right, so still building flavor here. Cooking down the sofrito, and then we're going to add in the garlic a little bit later, because the garlic does cook a little bit faster. Also depends on how you cut it. If it was whole pieces, you could add them all together. but you never want your garlic to burn because it gives it a bitter flavor. All right, so added the bouquet gardenia here, so really lovely flavor base. Add in the lentils. As I said, these are Umbrian lentils. We soaked them for about 3 hours before we started, drained them. And then if we don't make our own chicken stock with bones, we just have one of these better than bouillon containers in the fridge and just add a scoop of it to things. It really does magic. Another magical ingredient that you just may have seen me put in was a piece of Parmigiano Reggiano end. So when you're cutting down, if you get whole pieces of Parmigiano Reggiano at the store, save those ends. Sometimes they sell them on their own. I've seen them, and they're pretty inexpensive actually, but they really add in a lot of flavor to things. In the background, you can see a wagging dog tail. He's excited about this dish too. All right, now the star of the show. We've got our cotechino. And again, I ordered this one on Amazon. It was really good. We've tried making this in the past. It's a dish where it's a little bit difficult because of what's in it. It's got a lot of kind of like soft fat to it. And you can see here, it's got aspic and fat on it as well, but it's fully cooked. So what we're doing here is we're really just kind of heating it back up in the pan so that it gets all that delicious flavor into the lentils. So cook the lentils on medium for about 30 minutes and then about another 30 minutes on medium with the cotechino in there. Take it out. Make sure you taste the lentils. Make sure you like the flavor of them. It doesn't need any salt or anything at this point. In here, we do a little bonus step on here. You can see we've cut them into round circles and we crisp them up on the edges. It's a very soft dish, so we did this one year and it just really elevated the game for us. May or may not be traditional, but we love it. It just adds like a little bit of like crispy flavor to it. It's a very soft, delicious sort of pork flavor on the sausage, and then this just kind of gives a little bit of extra flavor and some texture on the outside. So crispy on the outside, maybe medium high for about 2 to 3 minutes each side. Take them off and you're just about ready to go. So make sure you grab a nice dish. The lentils are a bit soupy. Some people do it much more soupy, but I think that what you'll see here is the soupiness that we do is about right for us. It's not a soup. It's just kind of like a soft, comforting New Year's Day dish that we like to eat. So here are the lentils. You can see they are looking lovely. Give them a nice stir. And again, at this point, you should have tasted them for flavor. If there's any herbs left in there that you don't want, you can just pick them out. And in the lentils, we're going to gently place the nice pieces of cotechino that are still warm. And in the meantime, while it was cooking, I had cut up some Italian parsley really finely diced, just as a little bit of garnish and some fresh flavor. So I'm going to sprinkle that on. And then also add a little bit of balsamic vinegar. So we have an aged balsamic that we like to glaze over the top. And voila, it's our traditional New Year's Day dish. So thank you for coming, and don't forget to follow us in our link in bio, subscribe, and thanks for stopping by Eat Sunday Supper.